Well, the box office run for Captain America Brave New World is wrapping up, and we're all asking the question, did this movie flop? Let's take a couple minutes to talk about where this movie sort of lines up with the rest of the Marvel Universe, what the final numbers look like, and try to figure out if this movie qualifies as a flop. Well, before Captain America Brave New World came out, there was a lot of drama behind the scenes, and honestly, the general vibe for this film was really not so great. Now, I personally saw it in theaters and rather enjoyed it. I definitely put it kind of in the middle for Marvel movies, but it did serve as a kind of nice launchpad for Anthony Mackie as a character. Now, at this point, the film itself and its momentum is kind of slowing down. It just went through its last weekend, and it's reached about $200 million internationally. And combined with the $170 million it did in North America, the film is getting pretty close to the $400 million mark, setting at about $370. Now, before the movie was released, analysts kind of predicted the film would drop at about $405 to $440, so it is underperforming a little bit, but we do have a few more weeks to squeak out a couple more dollars. Now, last year, the Marvels was Marvel's really only true flop, coming in at about $206 million. So Captain America Brave New World has definitely beat that out, and it's kind of falling in the range of Shang-Chi, The Eternals, and that very first Thor movie. So I do think the film itself financially also falls sort of in the middle. So is this movie really a flop? Well, I guess that really depends on what you believe. Now, Marvel is saying the budget for the film was $180 million. And if that was the case, the movie itself would have definitely squeaked out some profit. Comparatively, Quantumania, whose budget was significantly higher than $180 million, came in at $476, with about $214 inside the United States and Canada. Now, for many people, they thought this was also a flop, but when the final numbers were processed, it turns out the film itself squeaked out a very, very small profit, something like $45,000. The margins were that tight. So will Captain America also kind of pull itself out of flop territory? Well, to that I say more than likely. But here's the caveat. These movies really aren't supposed to just break even. They're supposed to turn a profit. And I'm sure Marvel was really hoping this film would come in closer to the $600 to $700 million mark. That would have given it a healthy profit after all the marketing. And clearly the film dropped way short of that. Now, in case you didn't know, movies usually get about half of the box office total. That's a general figure and varies from region to region and chain to chain, but this is the general metric we usually look to. And with it costing about $180 million, well, double that, that's $360, meaning the film barely squeaked out of the red ink. We also have to take into account some of the promotion, and often the promotion for a film can be as high as 50% of the production budget, meaning Marvel, and this number is never revealed, may have spent another $80 or $90 million to push the film, but honestly guys, I don't think they spent that much on it because it definitely was not a high-profile promotion. Now, what's this mean for the future of the franchise? Anthony Mackie's not going anywhere. I know he's going to be back for both Avengers films, so if you're a fan of the character, I don't think you have a lot to worry about. I also think the introduction of the Red Hulk was a big win, and Harrison Ford definitely owned the character, and I don't think he's going anywhere either. I'm pretty sure they nailed Ford down for more than one appearance, and if I'm making any predictions, we're very, very likely to see him probably in Doomsday or Secret Wars, and who knows, the Red Hulk could be part of the Marvel Universe after all the smoke clears. I think this is the first chapter in Mackie's reign as a new Captain America. I'm pretty sure he's going to be sticking around for a little while and probably definitely going to hold the shield until after Secret Wars. Fans are expecting some soft reboots and recastings, so we could see the return of Steve Rogers, just like in the comics. But for right now, even though it didn't make a ton of money, I do chalk this up as a success. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the real, truthful superhero news, and we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are really, really in the know.